Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, hope you're all doing alright out there. So in 2019, I made a video looking on Bike Trader to see what you could get for 500 quid or less. Someone has asked me to do the same thing. I don't feel like this is a great idea this many years later, looking under £500. But we're going to do it anyway. So let's have a look. First thing to point out, because I always get emails from people going, you left your postcode in. Don't email me, please. I'm not stupid enough to put my own postcode in here. This is just the middle of the island I live on. Anyway, let's go by lowest first, because that's how we're going to find sub 500 quid. I really hate the way that Bike Trader does this, where you have ads, like, shoved it. I just want it to be by the actual price. Alright, yeah, we're just going to move past that. Scrap respect. Yeah, I'm moving past these because these are non-runners. A Honda CBR 600F for 300 quid. Why? Why is this £300? Next MOT is due in 2021. What? I mean, it's ropey, but there's something odd about that. An SV650S for why? Why is this so cheap? I mean, it's not moved in years, I can see that. It's pretty bad. There's some pretty bad corrosion going on here. Yeah, alright. Oh, it's been open, I assume, to the elements as well. I was about to say that this bike is not vintage at 2021, because I thought things had to be 40 years old to be vintage, but apparently it's 20, which seems stupid. So, okay. Vintage bike for sale, dry stored for 20 years. Okay, fine. I'm offering a classic non-running bike that has been dry stored for 20 years. Okay, you just repeat yourself in the same sentence. It was professionally stored, ensuring the bike remains in solid condition despite the age. Unfortunately, I do not have the time to restore. Yeah, I can get where that's going. So it's a non-runner and it's been professionally stored for 20. How much did it cost you to store it for 20 years? Okay, whatever. Don't buy that. Well, no, that's an absolutely fantastic project bike if you know what you're doing. What about this one? This is only 400 quid. This is the first one that actually looks 25,000 miles, 2018, so it's not very old. Bike is running and riding. I stopped using it as it has problems that won't pass the MOT. Instead of repairing, I decided to get a new bike and sell the Super Light to someone with more patience. The problem are leaking forks and a fault with the left indicator switch not wanting to turn the indicator off. I have some new switches to fix the indicators and also have fork seals which will be included in the bike. Right. That's actually quite a genuine thing to say. Look, basically, I got another bike, I've got the bits, I can't be arsed dealing with it. Yeah, there is some grottiness. The indicator switch problem shouldn't be... Wow, it's a lot of rust for a 6-year-old bike. Wow, there's a lot of corrosion for a 6-year-old. Whoa! Whoa, that looks a lot worse when you see it close up. Why is there a zip tie? That seal is... Yeah, okay. Right, well... They didn't mention anything with the engine being a problem. And it's done 25,000 miles. So I'm kind of okay with this. It needs its work. But I think... I don't know if the price really represents how much it needs doing. Okay, so we have a Honda Dalen. I mean, it's a scooter. It doesn't have duct tape on it anywhere I can see. So that's like... You know, actually, for a scooter, that's pretty clean. It's not... Okay, fine. It's a Honda. It's 400 quid. 2004. What's up with it? For sale. Not been used since 2018. If this is all genuine and it was put away, you know, in a functioning order, I don't see any reason that you couldn't just change fluids and get going with it if it was, you know, working okay. In which case, this is actually all right. You can't expect much for less than 500 quid, but it's transport you're after, and a 125 for 400 quid that probably just needs a little bit of TLC. That's not bad. That one's not bad. WK Scrambler 50. It's only done 3,700 miles. And it's new and it's £400. What? It's this year and you want £400 for it. What's the deal with this? This bike is spares or repairs since the gearbox makes it unsafe to ride on roads. It has been amazing except for the breaking of it. Bad points, badly damaged gearbox, cosmetics damage. Right. What's happened to the gearbox? The reason I'm not repairing it myself is because I'm close to being of age for a 125. Okay, fine. I mean, you look like you had fun on it. And I can probably imagine why that gearbox didn't last so long. But a gearbox rebuild in a bike like that is not difficult and not expensive. So if, again, this is the problem, all the cheap bikes that people want to go to, they're always like, I've got no money, so what can I get for cheap? And I'm like, look, you can only go really cheap when you know how to fix things down to the point of rebuilding a gearbox, because it will end up costing you more in the long run. You can't just buy a cheap bike and ignore the fact that it's broken, mostly. So it's sometimes a lot better to spend a bit more money, and maybe I'll do that in a future video, see how much you have to spend these days to get something genuine. It'll, you save money in the long run, and you have a bike that functions. Potato quality images, really helpful. Wait a minute, what's going on here? This has got a fork guard and all these nice new bits. So that's probably when it was new, right? Now it's missing, and it's got chip bits and stuff. I think it's just nail plate. How flat is that tyre? It looks like a car tyre, it's that flat. What's the deal here? In good condition, but selling for spares and repairs due to no tax or MOT. Why would you sell it spares repairs because it's got no tax or MOT? It's a non-runner, but tries to start. But the problem with it getting fuel to engine as if fuel injection and hasn't had time to investigate it out due to having work and young kids. I do know it needs a new front brake caliper and the back to what? Right, okay, so this list is getting longer and longer and it doesn't run. No. I wouldn't even project bike that one myself. So a Lexmoto ZSX, 2015. So this is now nearly 10 years old. I reviewed this bike. Don't tell me that review was 10 years ago. That'll be, oh my God. Right, so I see some rusty tones already. What the hell has happened to that tank? Or is that just a big turd? Yep, classic amounts of rust in this sort of area, because lube seems to be a foreign concept to people who buy cheap bikes. Good condition. Good condition, good runner, great for beginner riders to learn manual gears. Comes with new spark plug. Why? Why does it come with a new spark plug randomly? And a dust cap. Looking at the next MOT is due the 16th of the 10th, 2024. Oh yeah, we're not quite there yet. All right, okay. That can be iffy. I mean, bodywork wise, it looks okay, but I'm not sure I would call this level of rust and no attempt to even clean the bike to make it not look this bad as a good condition. That chain needs to be changed. That sprocket needs to be changed. I'd love to have a look at those brake pads, the calipers, see what they look like. Maybe even check the suspension. Like, there's a few things I'd want to check. But, it's not a lot of money. Now, oh, this one looks pretty clean. Okay, we're still in the Lexmoto territory. It's an Assault. It looks amazingly clean. Those exhausts rust in about 4.5 seconds. The hell? This is new. This is new. How many miles have got on it? I have to know. 131 miles, yeah. Okay, so what's the deal? And other motorcycles, I have available a Lexmoto Assault that is sold as seen. The bike is currently not running. There is an intermittent fault with the bike priming and starting. It currently does not run. No warranty. Okay, so basically they don't want to fix it. And they're selling it for 500 quid. It could be a serious issue, but I bet you this is an easy fix. That could be an absolute gem of a bike to, if you know what you're doing, buy and sort out. But there is the possibility that it's going to be something really annoying in the harness. You might have to replace the entire wiring loom or something like that, which in a 125 isn't the end of the world. I've done that sort of thing. But obviously it being EFI makes it a little bit more complicated because obviously you've got all the extra wiring. So yeah, looks like a great opportunity. I'm not the biggest fan of the Assault, but A to B travel, it'll do it. You've just got to work out what that issue is. But as I say, I knew this was new because this just hasn't been used. 131 miles. But I'm surprised it even got to that. This isn't too rusty. This is, I could do with a clean. Does it run? Because pretty much everything up to this point has been a non-runner, and I'm accepting some of these are going to be project bikes at that cost. I've unfortunately had to change the original advert as the bike has suddenly come up with a fuel pump issue. The bike unpredictably starts, sometimes it won't. Hot start. You can hear when the fuel pump doesn't engage. Wow, so why are all these Lexmotos having fuel pump issues? Have these bikes been left with E5 in them? And the rubbers in the Chinese fuel systems can't deal with it? I wonder if that's what it is. Odd. Don't know. Promise if that's sort of an issue, you don't know. It could be a small issue, it could be a big issue. 50cc ped. It's got a few scrapes on it. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, have some adventures. It's going to get scraped. Let me see. This bike offers ultimate freedom for a 16-year-old with a CBT. It's a lot of fun to ride and really cheap to run. Being a two-stroke, it's quite nippy compared to other four-stroke 50s, which make it great around town. So they're saying this is mechanically sound. It's just a bit scraped up, 500 quid. That is transport. That is probably reliable transport, but it is only a 50. So let's look at the 125, the Enigma. Oh, there's only 2 inches. Yeah, it's clean from there. Very clean from there. Stolen recovery! Stolen recovery! Need new front forks. Oh, need new front fork and front panel. New key barrel with 2 keys probably. Okay, so it's been stolen and... I mean, yeah, if it's just a case of getting some new forks for it, assuming they're not going to be expensive, you can get hold of them, and it's had a new key put in it, there's no reason that couldn't be okay. Yeah, again, it's not what I know what people want. They want to give someone £500 and just have a bike they can ride. And I've only seen 1 or 2 so far that we could probably say that with. And now we're into 550. Yamaha YBR, 32,000 miles on it. Bike needs a little love. I've spent at least 500 on the bike and now have no interest in it. The bike is so close to starting. Oh god. I've put £500 in this, trying to get it started, and it is so close to getting it started, but I'm not looking at actually trying to get it fixed at this point. So if you can give me 550 quid, I can get the £500 I've put into it and the 50 quid I paid for it. And that, yeah, okay, so the answer is, I'm afraid I was correct. Although 1 or 2 of these look like, yeah, probably okay. Buying a bike for under £500 in 2025, 2024 even, is a bad idea and not really feasible. So the question is, can it be got for £1,000? Catch me in the next episode to find out. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new here and you want to see that part 2. Hey, if you want to help support me, please consider doing that through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.